Tax Pro Universal Inside the Waistband Magazine Holster, okay? So I'm gonna go over a couple pros. It does fit double stack, and it does fit single stack. Boom, Glock 19 and the Smith & Wesson MP Shield. All right, now we're gonna go with the pros because that's what everybody likes to hear. How is it beneficial, right? So the first thing is the design. I like the design only because it doesn't have any close cut corners. Okay, it's gonna be digging into your skin. It is moisture wicking material, so during those hot days where you're sweating, all right, it does wick it away, opposed to when you have holsters like this, it does create that moisture within inside. All right, the other thing is metal clips. Big fan of those. And the reason I'm a big fan of those is because the success rate of one, durability, two, when you're wearing things without a belt, okay, it has a high success rate of snagging on the article of clothing, opposed to when you have these metal clips here, it has to grab and hold onto, preferably a belt, with this backing here. And I have tested it on more, for lack of a better term, slippery materials such as pants like these, okay, versus jeans. Works better with jeans. This works better with jeans, and if you're just wearing cargos or dress pants or something like that, okay? You just have a high success rate, and I'm a big fan of metal clips because of the durability, okay? Especially when like wearing belts and things like that, I like that a lot. So two things: comfort, give a 5 out of 5 for that. Durability, it looks very well made, okay? As far as the durability, we'll have to see how that holds up, but as for right now, I give that also I give that a 4 out of 5. I'm not sure exactly what they could do off the top of my head, but there are better ones that I had, such as, for example, this is like a combination of a soft cloth feeling and a Kydex plastic holster. Okay, so I often go through and check out different ones just to see how I feel, what I like, don't like, opposed to something like this, you know, that all this starts digging into your skin. So this is where they come on top with comfort. And I know these are, of course, gun holsters, but they do make magazine holsters the same way. And for example, I have my Pitbull Tactical here, which I did in a previous episode. And in regards to magazine holster, this is also universal inside the waistband, or you can wear it outside the waistband, whatever you choose, versus this is only inside the waistband, okay? So let's go over the cons, all right? Because first I told you the pros. You got comfort, you got the metal clip here. As far as the retention, it is smooth, okay? So it makes for a smooth transition. My only con that I have about this, though, is when you're inserting back in, okay? Because of the design of the material, I'll show you right now. All right, when you are inserting your magazine back in, you have to press very firmly against your body, and this is double stack, by the way, to then push it in, okay? So because it doesn't have a plastic guard or anything that forms a reference point, you do have to push in and down. Okay, so maybe they can look back at the design, or maybe they can keep it as is. It is a cheap holster for the average person who needs something, and for it to carry a lot of different types of magazines. So it'll fit that. Okay, my personal standpoint, I like a reference point as to when I go to put my magazine back, I like it to go right in. Okay, so for ladies and men, if you like it too, but I think ladies will be very, this will be very appealing to them, only because of the comfort. It's soft. They don't like anything blocky and hard and stuff that will dig into them. Men don't like it either, but I think this will appeal to them very well, especially with hiking, yoga pants, stuff like that. This will be a nice form-fitting right inside of your waistband. Okay, so I really like that, especially the customers it can appeal to. So we have our Glock 19 double stack. So the Glock 19 does fit a little bulkier, okay? So you can see how it does stretch it out just a bit. It's still very comfortable wherever you decide to put your magazine. It is still very comfortable, and I still do this motion here with my hips and around the worlds, all right? Only because of how practical it is during applications where you go to reach down to pick up something, or you reach over to unclip your seatbelt or put your seatbelt on, or bend down to pick something up. That's when it's gonna matter, because that's exactly when you'll notice if it's A, comfortable for you, you need to adjust it, or it's uncomfortable, okay? So this trumps that by the design, no matter if you have a single stack or double stack in. So that is a very big pro on their side. And of course, price point, it's very cost effective for the average person to go out and buy. I will put a link as far as what magazines this holds and the description. I will also put a couple details added to this at the bottom, and my link, so that if you want to browse the site and go buy something, there it is right there in the description below. So that's all I really have to say for this. Overall, I think I give it, for the design, the price point, as far as the dynamics of the material and how they put this design together. For the price, I would give it a 5 out of 5, because they did hit the major points, such as comfort, durability, this metal clip being the most important, only because of the success rate, which whenever you wear different articles of clothing, okay, depending on the rigidity and the way the design or brand is made, some things have a smoother finish, some things have more rugged, like jeans. So I do like that. That is a big plus. Moisture wicking material, that is another big plus, okay, because now you don't have the edges that dig in, and it's going to be comfortable for you to wear, so it's not going to be cumbersome when you're bending down to pick something up, or anything like that. Even if you wear it on your side, it kind of forms and bends with you, which is why they have this extended flap here, which is nice because it does bend with the position of the body. So I do like that. There's a lot of good pros. The only con I can say is just the draw, is that it is very smooth. So depending on how fast you're drawing this magazine out, you can see that there, it does have the potential to slide very easily. Okay, so there's not a lot of retention in there. All right, so in addition to that, when you're putting the magazine back in, okay, it may be fumbled around. You may confuse it for another opening, because it forms a gap, which you have a gap here and a gap here. So you may confuse it if you're not actively looking down at it to put the magazine in one of those openings. Okay? And you got to remember that you do have to press inward to form the gap here to then push the magazine in. Okay? That is the only con I really have to say about this. But for the price, for the average person that walks around and they just want something to hold their magazine in but don't want to spend a crazy amount of money, this would be a good option for you. Okay, so I'll put the price down below as well. And I would say for everything that I mentioned, I would give this, for their design and things like that, I would give this a 5 out of 5. It makes sense as to why this is the way it is. And the only con, like I said, is just the retention, but for the price and what you're paying for, and it is a small family-owned business, so for the price and what you're paying for, I think they did a decent job covering the main points of comfort, durability, and this clip right here, and also it being universal inside the waistband, okay? Because that's the number one thing a lot of people are trying to figure out, is what's comfortable for me, not just for one type of person, but for a whole lot of type of people, okay? And especially with clothing on, things like that. That's my professional standpoint on that. And like I said, the only difference is, and why I say it so much, is because it matters to me. Depending how much training you have and how serious you take it, your attention in the minds of the warrior breed and so on and so forth, is very important, only because of, so this is a Pitbull Tactical magazine, you can look back in the other episode, but your retention of how well it holds it, and your insert, your magazine, and draw your magazine matters to them, okay? It may not matter to you, but I'm just adding it in there so you understand the difference, okay? Other than that, this is a great first buy, especially for people who are first-time gun owners, that you don't want to go buy a crazy amount of expensive stuff. That's what I'm here for. To make you a better asset, give you effective tools that will do the job, okay? Now you have to train with it, of course. You have to train with all your equipment. But it'll do the job. It's cost effective to you. You don't got to spend a boatload of money. And you have a product that you can be happy with, okay? So look down below for the link, description of details for the full detailed list of this. I have an Instagram for a direct asset you can follow. I have a Facebook, and this is my YouTube page. So stay tuned for more stuff.